is that we highlight the immense talent in our community as well as other things, and that was immense talent. As I indicated, a lot of them are from Juilliard, they graduated from Juilliard, and so many prestigious music schools. And yet they come and volunteer their time as all these other people who are volunteers today to really celebrate our Asian American culture and heritage.
Doris mentioned volunteers. You know, again, we want to thank all the volunteers that are here today. I'd like to give them a round of applause. I also see members, I guess, of the NYPD. We want to thank them that are here, both the NYPD and the auxiliary, whoever's here helping out.
Yes, so volunteers over there, we're saluting you. Thank you for your help.
And of course, this event wouldn't be possible without our generous sponsors and donors. So at this time, I'd just like to thank the various sponsors and donors, Con Ed, Consolidated Edison, the New York City Department of Transportation, Chinatown Partnership, Chinatown Bid, Telstra Enterprises, Different Roads to Learning, Asian Pacific American Institute at NYU, Liana Chung, White, Kim Ruger, and Richter LLP. That's a law firm, in case you were wondering. Ginny Myung, where are you? Ginny. Everybody give a round of applause to Ginny. She's the primary organizer keeping this all together for everybody. So the fact that we're all here is largely due to Ginny and the rest of her efforts.
And Ginny's been doing it for how many years?
We won't say 40, but a good number.
Not exactly 40, but almost.
And as modestly as she always is, she's always thanking the team. So thank you, Ginny, and the whole team. Asian American Arts Alliance, Asian Americans for Equality, Chan Radio, Margie Chung Davis, Amy Chin, and also Jinji Moy. The other thing is they're actually selling hats today. So if you guys have interest in these celebration hats, again, it's $13, I think. They're down that way at the table. So again, this is a fully by donation organization, and everything. Nothing happens without donation. So please contribute if you can and buy a hat.
Why don't you model that hat for us?
And okay, hold on. Well,
and Anthony Wong and his team.
And so we're going to give a few minutes, okay? We're getting ready to introduce the different electeds and the reps and some of the other folks that are going to be coming up and presenting some proclamations and certificates. So just give us a few minutes and we're going to get onto that. How many of you guys have been here before, or is this the first time? This is the first time for everyone?
Who's here for the first time to this festival? It's 40 years. Okay,
that's good. That's good.
There.
I'm glad that there are newcomers here. It's good to see some new faces. And those that have been here before, thank you for coming back. Those that are new to the festival, welcome. And again, we'll be back next year. And so hopefully you guys can join us then as well.
Who remembers this festival at Union Square Park? Yes, yes. Unfortunately, we were essentially thrown out of that park because the city raised its fees. And so the Chinatown Partnership gave the festival a home. For a year or so, it didn't have a home. We weren't able to put on the festival. And the Chinatown Partnership, the bid actually opened up their doors and let us do Mott Street so that we could put on the festival again. So this is our 40th year. I think that deserves a hand. And we have some of the original founders actually here. Are any of the original founders in the audience? Oh, please.
Round of applause. And again, you see the board here. It basically has all the different folks that you may recognize their faces here. Again, this is the 40th annual celebration. At this time, I think, if you aren't aware, we're going to be honoring 3 of our AAPI heroes this year. And they're right here, they're mentioned here, and we'll be bringing them up soon. But I just wanted to remind everyone to stick around to meet them, and you'll see them up here on stage. So Suki Terada Ports is one of the honorees. Ayong Choi is another honoree. And our third and final honoree is Adhikar. So again, stick around, and we'll be back in a few moments to make some more introductions and some presentations of proclamations and certificates. Thank you. Changape to bring greetings and also to introduce our elected officials and the representatives that are here today.
Welcome everyone. This is the weather cooperated, and as you know, it rained how many days after how many after, so we're really grateful. We have to thank all the volunteers who work so hard. I've always said number 45 will not celebrate Asian heritage if we don't celebrate it. And so this is it's a 40th anniversary. I see our distinguished council member and state assembly and Jenny Low from representing Kojo, speaker. Come on up, don't be shy. I mean, you know I have a big mouth and just me talking is no fun. But Jeannie, where are you? Come on up.
So we'll welcome on the stage Councilmember Chin.
Your board members, David Fu, come on up. Saidi, your chair. William Hsu, thank you. We're going to do a fabulous water festival in July for the first time. So if you love what you're seeing today, imagine it's 90-degree weather. We're going to have Chi come on stage. OCA, come on up here. Yes? There's an optical store. Support our local merchants. You fell right into that one. Yes. I will not do the introduction. That honor belongs to the MC. I'll let everyone do that. But I just have to say I'm delighted, absolutely delighted to have the Kappa and all the volunteers. They work month to month since last year. We meet monthly at nighttime over pizza or sometimes no food, and to coordinate this together is a lot. We have over 68 organizations participating today, lining from end to end. We have reinforced this year with a lot of new equipment, new tents, new umbrellas, and so without further ado, I'm going to turn it back to Edward and Doris.
Thank you, Wellington. Round of applause for Wellington and all the work he does for us in the community. So at this time, I'd like to ask Honorable Councilmember Martin Chin of the 1st District to come up with Jenny Lowe from Speaker Johnson's office, from the Mayor's office. They have a proclamation here that they'd like to present to the festival. I'd like to just maybe have the Wellington, the board members, you guys want to come up to accept it?
Thank you very much.
Next up, we'd like to ask Assemblywoman Yulin Liu to come up. She's here representing 65th District, which includes this area. Yep. You want to come up together? Okay, so you want to come up together? Okay, come up together. Karen is here. She's from the New York State Comptroller's Office. She's the Regional Director for Tom Napoli. And they have a citation that they want to present from the New York State Assembly. So we'll have the Kappa folks come up again. Kappa. Kathy, when you guys want to step up? Board members. Thank you, everyone. Okay. Next up, Mayor's office, or you want to do state? We'll go with the state, and we'll go with Lily. Lily Fan is here from the New York State SLA, the State Legal Authority. She's a commissioner representing the Governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo. And she has a proclamation for the Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month.
Hi, I'm Lily Fan, Commissioner of the State Liquor Authority. I'm proudly here representing Governor Cuomo today. And I wanted huge congratulations to the coalition for this 40th festival. It's really great, and the governor is really excited about the presence of our community, and the month of May is when we come out and show our strength. So congratulations to everyone.
Thank you, Lily. Same representatives, you want to take some pictures? just stand there and smile, and you guys too. Okay, thanks. So next up, I'm going to ask Elaine Fan to come up from Comptroller Scott Streamer's office, and she has a young man with her who's a little shy. His name is Austin, but she has some things to present to the honorees. The honorees actually here.
I'm here to represent your city controller, Scott Stringer. Congratulations. And also our office made certificates to all the honorees. And thank you everyone for putting this event together. Thank you.
Suki, you want to come up? And also, this is just to let everyone know, this is just a presentation of the certificate. The actual award will be afterwards. So just wanted to make sure everyone was aware of that. Okay.
Okay, I am Choi.
I am Choi, come up. Just stay here. And then one more honor card. Oh, this is not the official voice presentation. Just stay here. Just stay here. Stay here. Just take a shot with Wellington. All right, thank you everyone. So next up we have from the mayor's office, Xiaomin Zhao. She's a community liaison for Mayor Bill de Blasio.
Hi, my name is Xiaomin Zhao. Xiaomin Zhao, Senior Community Liaison for the Mayor's Office. On behalf of the Mayor, we congratulate the couple for their 40 years hard work and community advocacy. At the same time, the Mayor's Office is working with Deputy Mayor Thompson's office, Democracy NYC, Moya, and many city agencies. We are going to bring we're going to bring out Asian New York Speak events. We're going to kick off in Queens because Asian population is the fastest growing population in New York City, but we have a very low voter registration rate in the city. So we need to work with many community groups to educate the community. So this event is a civil engagement, voter education, voter registration in Asian community. First event is going to be on Tuesday, May 28, from 5 to 8 p.m. in Flushing Library. So I have a flyers to share with the community. So they're asked to make Asians speak louder in your city. Thank you.
Thank you, Charmaine. So I'll have, next up, we just wanted to bring up a representative from Assemblyman Brian Barnwell's office, representing the 30th District. Angela, you want to come up?
She was the first one to come.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. It's such a pleasure. I'm from the representing the office of Assemblyman Brian Barnwell, and we are very honored to be participating in this particular event. We are also here to provide some merits to some outstanding citizens and organizations that represent the larger part of the community in Queens, which is the Asian American. Like to thank the organization AAPI for their community engagement and service. We also want to thank Ms. Suki Ports for her lifelong good citizenry, and Ms. Ayon Choi as well for her lifelong good citizenry. And thank you so much.
Thank you very much for coming. We'll be doing formal presentations of the awards shortly to our honorees.
Next up, I'd like to ask Senator John Liu to come up, representing the 11th District.
Thank you. Good afternoon. It is a lovely day here on Mott Street, in the middle of Chinatown, New York. I always say Chinatown, USA. And it's hard to believe, 40 years. 40 years of the Coalition of Asian Pacific Americans putting on this AAPI Heritage Month Festival. We've had it in different places over the decades, but I think it is right where it belongs right now. I see many veterans of the community here. I see younger people as well, including our Assembly member, Yulin Neo. Let's give her a round of applause. She is the chairperson. Well, I'm going to get myself in trouble, but she is at least the unofficial chairperson of the Asian American Task Force in Albany in our state legislature. And she's doing an incredible work. I'm just trying to follow her lead. We're talking about old people. Sorry, Margaret. Margaret Chin, I'm going to call her out. When I graduated from college, I volunteered on her campaign, her first campaign for city council, and she's there. She's been representing us. And she's not old, but she's seasoned. Seasoned. As another seasoned person, our wonderful judge, Torsley Cohen. And I see a lot of people here, but I want to give a special shout out to somebody who is definitely old, because she was on the executive board of the East Coast Asian Student Union the same time I was there. And she's been heading up the CPA for, I can't believe she's still heading up CPA. But May Lee is a soldier. She is a soldier on the Asian American Front, working on so many issues. And May, can you imagine? We still have to deal with the model minority myth today. 30, 40 years later, we're still dealing with the model minority myth. I'll just say, because what happened with the city putting out the issue of the specialized high school exams, and really, once again, putting model minority myth issues right up front and center. We make a lot of progress, but we still have work to do. Always have to keep up our vigilance and show our pride as AAPIs. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Councilmember Margaret Chin, who represents this district, to speak.
Thank you. You know, when the senators say, oh, well, I chair the aging committee in the city council, so I take care of all the seniors. And thank you. Really, we brought together the proclamation from our Speaker, Corey Johnson, and Councilmember Peter Koo from Flushing and myself to congratulate the Coalition of Asian Pacific Americans for 40 years of highlighting the Asian American heritage, culture, and our contribution to this country. This year marks the 150th anniversary of the Continental Railroad, and that signifies that our ancestors has been here for a long time, and we helped build this country. So let's not forget that, and we have to make sure the younger generation remember that this is our country too. All right? So congratulations to the coalition, to all the members, to everyone who's been in the struggle for all these years. And Chinatown will always be a home for the festival. Okay? And welcome to Chinatown District 1. Thank you.
All right, saving the best for last, right? I just wanted to say thank you to all of the amazing folks who put this event together. 40 years is a really long time. I'm not yet 40 years old, as John likes to remind me constantly.
But he does have a point that, you know, seniors now look like him, and that...
Mildly seasoned.
Yes, mildly seasoned. He said that he gets an offer of a tote bag on the 15th every month, but that from AARP, but that he says that, you know, they should offer Spartan races passes instead, right? Because I agree with Ali Wong that, you know, when Asian Americans reach the age of like 85, we're just hitting midlife crisis, right? It's like us and competing against the sun. So I do want to say that there are a lot of things that are happening on the legislative front that are actually affecting our community today. One of the biggest things that we're worried about, of course, is the census. We have to pay attention to the census. We have to make sure that our community is counted. We have to make sure that every single person is counted, because we are the largest undocumented community, and we are also you know, growing. We are a growing large community, and we are the fastest growing minority group, and we're also the fastest growing undocumented minority group. So we have to make sure that our voices are counted, and this is actual dollars that we're leaving at the table if we are not getting counted, because federal dollars will not get reimbursed for our social services on the state level if we are not making sure that we are counted. So it's so important that we are actually putting those, putting our folks on the ground in the assembly. We did research, and we knew that we needed at least $40 million to be able to make sure that folks are counted, and that's at least $40 million. But in our budget, we only put in $25 million. So think about that for a second, and then think about how much work that means our community has to do. And so we have to make sure that we're also fighting for those extra dollars. We need to make sure that we're also fighting for immigration legal services. We need to continue to also fight for making sure that we have welcome centers. We have to also make sure to also continue to fight for language access. So these are all important things that we can do on the state level, and we need to make sure that our voices are heard. So please, write to your representatives, write to the governor, make sure that our voices are heard. Thank you so much, and thank you again for all of your work. Thank you to the amazing award winners, and thank you to all of our reps who are here today.
Thank you, Assembly Member. Your message is very important, and hopefully will be heard by each and every one of us. I want you to know that the U.S. Census has a table here, so please visit it. I understand they're also looking for people to actually join their ranks, to get more of our community to register to make sure that we're part of the census. As well as there are voter registration forms on many of the tables. If you're not registered, please register. The reason why we have elected officials is because our community is, and why elected officials come to our festival, is because we are registering to vote, and we vote. The Asian American News just reported that our population, 40% of our eligible voters are now voting, and that's an increase. That is a force, but that is not enough. So we need to continue that effort. I know May Lee, her organization, has been registering voters for as long as I can remember, and many of the other, Margaret Chin, I know, has been doing it. Many of us on the stage have been registering voters. Let's turn it to Wellen.
In summary, I just want to echo what's been said. Census, the reason why we place us number 110 next to other than District Council number 110, right next to CCBA, the Mayor's Chinatown's office, is because it's millions of dollars online. And we are likely to lose a congressional seat at the minimum. So I want to make sure that you understand, be counted. I'm so glad that Felicia Liang created this beautiful poster illustrating the hidden stories of Asian Americans. The bad news is, in the last few days, we lost two giants. Two of them are my bosses. One is Richard Freeman. He is a Bowery jeweler, and he just passed away. He succumbed to cancer a few days ago. So in addition, I.M. Pei, who also just passed away, 102. The reason this is called Business Improvement District, I.M. was my boss, and I always remember, if you read his books and his quotes, there's something very fundamental. He said, I'm not here to start a revolution. I am a process of evolution. which means that continuous improvement, continuous refinement, and we are counting on the shoulders of giants like Richard Freeman, AAPI, and all the people that have contributed so much. As I go older, I come to appreciate how much we are depending, so interdependent on one another, that no one can exist alone. And we are, just imagine, today the buses are not running, the subways are not running. There's no way we can do this festival. So with that, I would like to give a moment of silence to the giants that have preceded us and to pay our respect. Thank you very much. The other good news is, in celebration of the 40th year, talk about being old, John, 40th year of volunteering, creating the Asian American Festival with Kappa, we are honoring them on June 27 at Jin Fa, the major restaurant, as one of the honorees. So you should all come, because if you don't celebrate your heritage and honor their work, no one else would. And among the other honorees is the other person we just lost. He was on stage last June, Peter Wu, who is part of American Legion, part of the Flying Tiger, who donated his money to now create a home for American Legion Post 1291 up the block here. He's one of the honorees. His daughter is flying in from outer state to honor him. And also, in addition, the Lower Manhattan Historical Society on July 4th and June 30th will also be honoring him with an Alexander Hamilton Immigrant Award. And just like Council Member Margaret Chin received one, Peter Krug got one. So just to mark it down, the last Thursday of the month, and I invite the Governor's Office, the Mayor's Office, thank you, Speaker Johnson, just about everyone. Please be here on June 27th. We need to honor the giant shoulders, and I thank you so much. And I have to thank all the volunteers, my staff, Lam Han, all the other Jeannie and Stephen Chen, the people that are modest hiding. But again, I have to thank all of you again on behalf of the community. Thank you very, very much. Thank you all.
We have a request for a photo op with all the elected officials. Please step up with Wellington and the board. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
I have Ginny present the award to the organization. Ginny? You guys want to say anything?
Thank you so much. This is such a surprise, actually. But also, we have our directors and our former director, Luna Ranjiv, who actually paved this path for us to continue the work. And we've been working with May, with the APA Boys. Suki has been our hero from all the time. And this is such an honor. Thank you so much from all of our staff and volunteers.
Thank you for all your work.
You want to take a picture of the award? Just face that way. Just face forward with the cameras and take a picture.
Let's give another hand to these wonderful women. Congratulations. Our next hero is Ayang Choi. Ayang Choi, whose work in the AAPI community began in 1978 with Asian Women United. In 1986, she co-founded and chaired the coalition Korean American Voters. Soon after the LA riots in 1992, she co-founded and chaired the Black and Korean Mediation Project in New York City. Starting in 1995, she served for nearly 10 years as board chair of Korean American Family Service Center, which she continues to serve today as a board member. In 1999, she joined the board of Asian Americans for Equality, serving until 2007. In 2005, she was a founding member of Asian Women Giving Circle, which she continues to serve on the steering committee, and in 2015, she walked with Women Across DMZ, a global women's movement working for peace and reconciliation in Korea, becoming board chair in 2018. As a mentor and supporter to many in the AAPI community, Ah-Young has also served in the capacity of advisor to many nonprofit organizations, including the Korean American Community Foundation. Sorry, the wind is now picking up. Network of Korean American Leaders, Double Stop Foundation, White Wave Dance Company, National Queer Asian Pacific Islander Alliance, and International Coalition Against Trafficking in Women. You have the award. And Ginny is going to present.
Hi everybody. I've known Ah-Young for many years from working with her for Coalition of Korean American Voters and maybe beyond. Oh, sorry. I've known Ah-Young for a number of years in the social activist kind of movement, and just also proud to be able to honor her as well. Thank you.
Hello everybody. Thank you for coming out on such a hot day. About a month ago we were all crying for this heat, but now we've got it. I just want to say that I came to New York in 1960, and I have seen the growth and the changes that everyone has made, but especially we from the Asian American community. I was actually born in Korea, but I spent my childhood years in Shanghai, that's mainland China. Then I lived for many years in Taiwan, and then for many more years in Japan. So I really think I'm Asian more than any particular Asian. And oh my God! And on top of that, I have two sons who are Korean-Cuban, and they have married Chinese ladies. So, can you believe? I don't really know who we are, but we are actually Asian American. And I really want to just say one or two words about the importance of heritage. While we are here and we have become Americans, some of us, it is important to know that if you are a citizen, you need to vote. And many others have said this. And also, you need to try to preserve some part of your wonderful heritage, whatever it is you're bringing here, because that's what makes us so beautiful as a nation, as a whole nation. And my last comment would be a big shout out to all the volunteers who have made this festival possible for the last 40 years. I remember in the early years, Asian Women United would work early in the morning to boil noodles and make cold noodle sauce, and we would bring it to the festival and sell it for $1 a plate so that we could put that money together to help our community. We don't do that anymore.
Last but not least, someone who doesn't need an introduction. Our final AAPI Hero honoree is Suki Terada Ports. I know she doesn't need an introduction, but I'm going to say a few words about her anyway. The child of parents directly affected by U.S. policies against, he was tapped by the New York City Council of Churches to organize a conference for their clergy and other community leaders regarding implications of AIDS in minority communities. This experience inspired her to help launch programs for the National Minority AIDS Council, the Asian and Pacific Islander Coalition on HIV/AIDS, Iris House, not Irish House, and in 1989 for the Family Health Project, which provides HIV/AIDS prevention, information, advocacy, and support services for low-income women of color and their families in parenting centers, schools, religious centers, and in the streets. As the Health Project's executive director, Suki helped to raise awareness among public officials, service providers, and foundations about the impact of HIV/AIDS on communities of color. A never-ending advocate, Suki is currently following the criminal case against Police Captain Naoki Yaguchi in the Bronx. So even though she's technically retired, she really isn't. She has incredible passion. She's been fighting for our community. Thank you so much for your service, and Ginny's going to present the award.
Actually, here with us today, I'd like to ask if, with Suki, on behalf of the Japanese Consul General, is Deputy Consul General Kateo Ohashi here, and Vice Consul Jin Hashimoto. Please come to the stage, please.
Please step up.
Sorry, I'm not Consul General, but I'm from Consul General of Japan. And we are very proud to attend this great event. And I want to say one word. Thank you very much, Susan, for your long years contribution to this community. Thank you.
Ever since I came to New York, Suki-san has been my mother, also my mentor, and my role model. And I'm really happy that I can be here to congratulate this occasion. And thank you again, Suki-san, for your great service.
Julia Zuma, who is an incredible volunteer for CAPA, is going to present the award.
So it's my honor to give you, my hero, this award for CAPA. Thank you so much for everything you've done, especially this week. You were a miracle this week for Captain Yaguchi. Thank you so much.
And so we're going to, would you like to say a few words? Okay, sure. I know. And then we'll invite the elected officials to step
To the leaders of CAPA, including my fellow JAA board member Julie, to Kathy Wally and Outer City Westchester and Outer U.S. the Japan Consul, thank you for this unbelievable honor, which I am so pleased to share with A. Young and AAPI. Many years ago, the Japanese community came to Chinatown and went down to the 22 Mott Street to a restaurant downstairs to have dinner. And one of the fathers was glared at by one of the waiters, and he turned and said to the waiter, "Why do you have that written on the menu?" And the waiter looked at him and said, "Oh, you can read Chinese?" And he said, "Yes, I can." Well, it said on the little menu that he was ordering for the chef, "These are not Chinese." So many years ago that was, but now we share many languages, not just Chinese and Japanese. We share many activities, and one of the things that I think was a perfect example of our sharing was this trial this past 2 weeks, where a Japanese-American captain in the New York City police force was charged with dereliction of duty. It's the first time there has ever been a Japanese-American captain. And if you looked at the people in the courtroom, you would have seen 2 Chinese Americans in their uniforms sitting there every single day, and they were from the oldest department group, the traffic department, and I think there are a couple people from the police force in their traffic department uniforms here at the festival. But there were, at this trial, there were, of course, Japanese, because Captain Yaguchi's mother and father were here from Japan, and There were Korean and Chinese and Vietnamese. Actually, the Vietnamese, the person's car was hit by somebody who was Hispanic. And there were all kinds of people in the courtroom, all together, supporting Captain Yaguchi because he was so unfairly being tried. So it was very heartwarming to hear the cheers in the courtroom last Friday evening when the judge said innocent of all counts. So it was a real victory for the Asian community that not only were there all of the majority white officers there, but all of the minorities there represented from our police force, including an Indian retired priest. But I want to say one thing about this award ceremony. A lot of you do not realize that if you look around, there's all kinds of us, and we all look alike, but we don't really look alike. And we all sound alike, but we don't really sound alike. But CAPA has worked to make this a coalition event. And I want to say one special comment to A. Young, because I don't think many of you understand the significance of the two of us receiving an award today side by side. And CAPA has symbolically, in actuality, created the way for bonds of friendship to be born. And you may not realize, but standing here on the stage is a Japanese American and an Asian, as she described it, American. Our two nations distrusted each other, disliked each other, and disappointed each other. But now, here, many years later, we stand side by side on the same platform, receiving the same award at the same time. And so congratulations to CAPA and all of the people here. And the one thing you learn when you've been at various programs is you never single out one person by name, because you get in trouble by the 99% of the other people who you didn't single out by name. But there are a lot of people here, so I will say to all of the people who have been politically involved, to all of the people who have been involved as in a not-for-profit, to all of the people from New York City, from Westchester, from Japan, and all of the volunteers, thank you very much for this honor.
Suki, it's well-deserved. May we have all the honorees step up, all our elected officials join us for a photo, please. The council, any of the board members, Ginny, please step up. This is an important moment. You know, part of CAPA's mission is to unite communities, to educate, and to celebrate. And I think we're doing that today in full force.
Are we done? Okay, thank you everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Congratulations to honorees. Thank you so much for your work. Decades of work. Chinese Cultural Center. Let's give them a hand. And I'll tell you a little bit about them as they get ready to come up to the stage. The center is a nonprofit, cultural and educational institution dedicated to deepening the understanding and appreciation of Chinese culture in the global and local communities. It offers professional classes, workshops, and performances while nurturing creative and innovative new works that reflect the rich cultural heritages and diverse communities of today. If you are interested in learning more about the center and its classes, please speak with their representative, Susanna, after the performance. Susanna is right there, and she has a few flyers to hand out, and we are...
So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the New York Chinese Culture Center.
Let's give them a big hand.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Susanna, and I'm here with the New York Chinese Cultural Center. Today we have a program that is filled with classical, folk, and ethnic dances for you. Our first piece will be performed by Hillary, and it will be a Fei Tian dance. Please enjoy.
They're going that way. Julie said they're going this way.
is the Peacock appreciation of Chinese culture through the arts in and around the tri-state area and around the world. If you're interested in our classes, we offer classes to students of aged 4 all the way to their 60s in ethnic, classical, folk dances, as well as art and acrobatics. If you have more questions about our class schedule or upcoming performances or teachers, please check out our website at nychineseculturalcenter.org. Our next piece is going to be the Mongolian dance, performed by Katie and Joey. Please enjoy.
以前啲人係點樣？呢個代表手啊！呢度個交叉係咩意思咧？將兩個手，我就唔收錢，最好啊！唔收錢就冇人反對嘅。咁點解我要咁做咧？呢本書就好簡單，希望你做人父母嗰啲叫做胡小林，佢父母咧就係做官嘅，知道個心臟跳動係因為有電去刺激。我問過個醫生啊，我最曳曳，佢100歲嗰時有個皇帝，清朝皇帝同佢拜大壽，150歲嗰時個皇帝同佢拜大壽。
To sing electric violin on beats of virtuoso reggaeton on violin, and the iconoclastic grants from Kate Rigg. Kate is a Juilliard-trained actor-playwright. Juilliard-trained, guys. And a well-known comedian who has been on Fox's Family Guy.
We are Slanty-Eyed Mama. We're so happy to be here for the 40th AAPI Asian Pacific American Heritage Festival. Happy Asian Heritage Month, everybody. Years ago we played the festival. We're going to start with a little Righteous Asian Pride piece. I think you'll enjoy it a lot. Rice, rice, baby. The friendship want to see where I shoved it down. Like a sumo on the tarmac down. Mount Fuji's on your back. Hot Asian mamas in every direction. Gonna give the boys a big connection. One night. Dalai Lamas. Hi. Yippee-yo-ki-yay, yippee-yo-ki-yay. When I woke up in the land of the free, I got no friends up to Phillips, Tyra Banks on my TV. And all I had to do was get born lucky, born in the lucky country where forecasts are sunny. And I can get that I'm born to third world misery because I lost the car, made the lottery. And I can see plain as day in newspapers and magazines, worlds of opportunity. Totally you know they did. Now listen. I didn't protest when you made me join the violin club, no. I didn't resist doing those extra math equations like you asked me to, yeah. I didn't reject those stinky fish cakes you put in my lunchbox. And every time I walk in the room, my mushroom top lollipop. Save $10 at Supercuts, homespun, hand-me-down, traditional, all-American, Asian bowl cut blues, yeah. I know some white people like Joey Lawrence, they had it too, but it's not the same, I know. We got the bowl cut blues, I feel for you. We got the bowl cut blues. Thank you very much. Asian Pacific American Heritage Festival. I actually am walking around with a couple of CDs. If you want to buy one from me, they're $10.
Yeah, let's hear it for the slanty-eyed mamas. Awesome job.
Depends on how you use it, yes? So according to a few legends that are passed down through dance, the first song is a Hawaiian hula called Kananaka. And Kananaka is the name of a mermaid that would swim to the shores of Lahaina. And Lahaina is in Maui. Can everybody say Maui? Maui. All right. So in Maui, on the shores, the mermaid would go only at night, where the sea foam would build to go collect seaweed, but she would also lead with her a band of sea nymphs. And they would go there and swim and frolic all over the sand, waiting to meet somebody special. In this particular song, Green Rose Hula, we speak of this rarer flower, which is our woman, a rare flower, and we want everybody to know how special they are. So the man that wrote the song wanted to write this love poem discussing this rarer beauty. And again, this song is called Green Rose Hula.
One more time. Apple. Good. And when I say orange, you're going to bump your hips to the back. Orange. And when I say strawberry, you're going to bump it to the left. Strawberry. And when I say mango, you bump it to the front. Mango. 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 All right. Let's practice. Mango. Apple. Orange. Strawberry. Mango. And now I want you to put all those fruits into one big blender. Now some blenders, all right. Apple. Orange. Strawberry. Mango. Apple. Orange. Strawberry. Mango. Apple. Orange. Strawberry. Mango. Apple. Apple. Orange. Orange. Strawberry. Strawberry. Mango. Mango. Apple. Apple. Orange. Orange. Strawberry. Strawberry. Mango. Mango. Apple. Apple. Orange. Orange. Strawberry. And blend it together. Slow. 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 When you start to hear it go faster, what do you do? Okay, now we're gonna ask you to freestyle, okay? So that means you're gonna move around the stage. Ready, hey!